Hey, yo, Chris Thomas here. I'm with one of my guys, Alex Jones. He's been with me since just before his junior year in high school. He just finished his second year at junior college, and what's next is something he could probably have never, ever envisioned when he was coming out of high school, and honestly, probably a little disappointed he wasn't getting a chance to go play at a Division I level out of high school, right? Given what you did in high school and your stats, right?
Absolutely.
But his story is a great story about how it's so important to not get discouraged about what we're not getting, because oftentimes you can't see what could be in front of you, but too many people quit because they can't see what's in front of them and they feel discouraged and they feel like there's no point in moving forward because now they're not going to get what they want. Well, he's an example of why you don't do that. So AJ, talk really quickly about just go back to your junior year, prior to your junior year when you found me at Fusion Odyssey, and talk about that development that took place that year for you that allowed you to be, after your junior season, the #2 receiver in Ventura County.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember you came in, kind of preached to us in the weight room that one morning about, what you can do for us. And I kind of just took a chance and from what I've heard, and I started working with you. I didn't really know what to expect at first. I think I worked with you all off season, right?
You
like
did.
the whole entire off season. And then, it worked wonders for my whole football career. Not only that year, but that year really did transform me into the player I was. But I think after that, I've used everything you've taught me up until this point. I will continue to use everything that you've taught me, for as long as I am blessed to play for. So, my junior year, I had 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. And then my senior year, unfortunately got cut short, but I had...
That was the COVID year?
Yeah, that was the COVID year. So I really had, in 4 games, I had 9 touchdowns, almost 500 yards, and then I ended up breaking the school record, or tying the school record for catches with 136. So it really went from my sophomore year, where I knew I could do so much more, to being, having my name, in the record books, and achieving things that I never could have imagined I could have achieved. So that was awesome.
And then after high school, you're thinking, well, I just put up some numbers, man.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I can't get what I think I deserve, which is playing D1 football, but it didn't happen for whatever reason, right?
Absolutely.
And were you discouraged to the point of like, I don't want to go the JC route? We happen to be lucky here in California that junior college football is prominent here, where a lot of places across the country in the East, it doesn't even exist, right? So like, we're lucky that that's an option for us, but it's never one where like, yeah, I get to go the JC route when I thought I was going to go D1.
Yeah.
So how did you feel about that, and were you discouraged, and like, how were you able to move forward?
I felt like everybody had told me I was going D1. I had coaches telling me, parents telling me, my friends were telling me, and then when it doesn't happen, I was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like what did I do wrong?
Can I ask you a quick question about that?
Absolutely.
Because it's relevant, and if the answer is no, please say it.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, because what you just described involves other people's perception,
Absolutely.
and you weren't achieving that perception, did you feel like a failure, or did that even cross your mind at all?
I did for a little bit, because I felt like not only like I failed other people, but I felt like I failed myself a little bit, because this isn't like I didn't just pick up playing football my freshman year in high school. I've been playing football since I was 5 years old, so I've really never had my sights set on anything else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then to other people, I'm like, well, what does that look like to other people? You know what I mean? Like, but do I look like I'm not good enough? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that hit me for a while, and when I decided to go junior college, it was a hit to my ego. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I had a lot of my friends going D1, and I was just like, I did the same thing. I did the exact same thing they were doing, if not more.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like going the JUCO route, and I was frustrated for a long time. Now I look back at it, and it's a blessing, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
And so you go to junior college, you spend 2 years at Moore Park.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you had a better second year than first year?
My sophomore year is when I really said, this is it. This is it. I know I've earned it. I know I've worked for it. So I got to just go out and get it. And I did, I'm not trying to, be that guy, but I did get every award. The only award I didn't get this year was All-American. That was the only one I didn't have. But I was, first team All-State, #1 receiver in my whole conference. Yeah, I was just, so I crushed it. And it was, I owe a lot of it to you, you know what I mean, because of what you've done for me in the past. And then, even up till now, getting this opportunity in the off season. Yeah, I'm going to the Big 10. I get the opportunity to play at one of the biggest, college football programs in the country. But, really what changes?
Yeah.
Nothing much. Like, that's a big thing I think that you teach is, it's really how you look at it, and like what you tell yourself is what's going to happen.
Well, think about you graduate from Moore Park, or you finish your 2 years there, and then really you didn't even get the love right after that.
Absolutely.
Even with those statistics where leading our conference, all state, I still get no love. You get one Division I AA, right, opportunity for a full ride at Tennessee Tech. And then you get a PWO at Texas A&M. As luck would have it, and life is always so unpredictable, out of nowhere the University of Illinois comes about, and you go from about to accept a PWO at Texas A&M to now you went for a one-day workout at Illinois after them already liking you. Me talking to the coach, for about 40 minutes about you and telling him who I believed you were as a performer. And a day after that, your workout, you getting a full ride offer to go play at a Power 5 program in the Big 10, playing Ohio State and Michigan in front of 100,000 people. So could you have ever envisioned that in your wildest dreams, for one? Two, how much did the work that we did leading up to that for the couple of months we were working out here really help you refine your art to like another level in preparation for that?
I kind of got to a point where I was like, okay, maybe that's not going to happen, and I have to accept that, and I'm going to go wherever whoever wants me, whether that be Tennessee Tech or Idaho State, or take the PWO to Texas A&M and bet on myself and just prove to them that I can be there. You know what I mean? So when Illinois called me, and it kind of was just like a relief, like they do believe in me, and they and them investing a full scholarship in me, and I was blessed to given that opportunity, and I worked for that. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't just given that opportunity, like I earned that. And that goes into your second question, like working with you has changed my life, because I don't think this would ever be possible if I hadn't gone to your program, or who knows what would happen if you never came into the weight room that day. And those few days leading up to the workout with Illinois that led to that full scholarship made all the difference. Like a big thing you were talking to me about is like your snap down, like throwing that body. And the first thing I do when he gets in there is he goes, I'm really looking to see if you can snap down like that. Like he literally puts it on the tape. He's shown me other guys that have done this workout before that are on the team now. And he's like, what I look for is how like you can throw your body around. And I think that's like, what we literally worked on 2 days before I went there. So I mean, who knows what would have happened if I hadn't done that, because I wasn't doing it on the field when we were out here at first. And then, you kind of told me what to do. And I did it. He showed me the tape afterwards. And he's like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So, I mean, it was just like, who knows what would have happened. Like, So I think it's made, all the difference in the world. And I think I owe a lot of it to you, because I wouldn't have this opportunity without this program, or, having you as a resource.
Well, it's incredible that you're doing that. I mean, I've had a lot of guys go D1, Power 5 programs, never Big 10, full ride. So, yes, Big 10, but not full ride. So this is like, just an amazing accomplishment, a great testament to just your fortitude to just keep going, even when you have moments and blips. You're like, I'm discouraged, I'm frustrated, like you want to ask the question why and everything else, but life keeps moving forward, so there's no time for that, right? Like,
no, absolutely.
Like we got to just keep grinding and keep trusting
100%.
And that all this is for a reason, good or bad, right? Like it's going to take me where I'm supposed to go. So for anyone who has a chance to work with a wide receiver guy, just in regards to football. Obviously, I train everything now. But
that's crazy.
But in regards to football, like what would you tell them if they wanted to become great, even though they might think they have their own wide receiver guy, or some guy's going to know more than me, or whatever, who knows what. But what would you say to the universe out there?
I mean, for me, in my experience, I've been to a million receiver coaches. You know what I mean? I've seen what the differences are. And yeah, sure, like, there's a lot of guys who just follow the trends. You know what I mean? Like, okay, this release is popular. Let's do this. Let's get. You know what I mean? I don't think that's going to get you better. I think you're going to look good to people on Instagram, but that doesn't make you better. I think it's constant working, like we do all the time here, and I think it's getting rid of all the excess stuff that you don't need to have. Like, for example, like you're saying, oh, catch the ball one-handed is so hard. Well, yeah, if you think like that, it's going to be hard. You know what I mean? So I think you just put a different twist on it and help. Fix the mental aspect of it. And I don't think people realize how important that mental aspect of the game is. I think this is the place to be, and I think this is going to transform your game 200%. And I'm not saying that because I'm on camera. I'm not saying that because, I'm getting paid or anything like that, which I'm not. I just want to say, it's just from my, as my testimony, if I weren't here, I wouldn't be going Power 5 on full scholarship right now. And that's just what it is. I mean, I could just leave it with that. So, and again, I'm sure not everybody who trains here goes Power 5, but I'm sure he gives everybody the best opportunity to go and, live out their potential. So, I mean, that's all I can say from my point of view, is that I know he's going to make you the best receiver a best athlete, I would say, you know, that you can be. And if that's not what you want, then I don't know what you're playing sports for. But you know what I mean? That's definitely what I wanted, and that's definitely what I got out of it. So everything, every minute, every cent I spent here was 110% worth it. So, and now I just get to reap the benefits of it, you know. But really, I worked for it, and without your help, it wouldn't have been possible. So.
I appreciate that, AJ.
Absolutely.
I really do, seriously.
Yes, sir.
And so proud of you. You've grinded. So cool to watch that whole thing like just manifest.
Yeah, absolutely.
From being frustrated, why am I not getting more love, to now I'm going Big 10 and I'll be leaving in a couple days.
Right.
And you're starting the next chapter, and the next chapter is nothing more than just figuring out what you're up against and then busting out your toolkit and using the tools to address it, you know, and be the same person that you always are. So
Yes, sir.
I'm excited to watch you, man. I'm really proud of you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate
Alex
you.
Jones, baby. Look for him on TV. Big 10,
sir.
University of Illinois. They'll be the ones beating Ohio State.
Let's go.
We'll holler.